Hello, callers. Welcome to Viva Barca, the home of everything Barca. In this episode, we are going to be discussing on some very interesting stories. Of course, with the summer transfer window slamming shut yesterday at midnight, Barcelona have just released squad numbers, for the several players. And of course, this time around, we all know that these squad numbers now will be permanent, just for the fact that transfer business have been sorted out. And guys, the big story, the big and interesting story we're going to be discussing relating to this news is the fact that number 10 jersey that was vacant when Messi left for Paris Saint-Germain, guess who have taken it? Ansu Fati have stepped up to take that shirt. And of course, if you ask me personally, I would say well deserved. He's supposed to take that shirt. So we're going to be discussing in much details on that story as we move ahead. Then also we're going to be discussing about Antoine Griezmann after that shock return yesterday midnight to Atletico de Madrid on a season-long loan. Antoine Griezmann have just written, a short note to Barcelona supporters, of course, thanking them and so on and so forth. We are going to be discussing much more on that as well. So, callers, before we get right into those stories in much detail, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure to do so you always stay up to date with the latest Barcelona news and many more, all related to Barca here on Viva Barca. Barcelona completed 4 deals on the deadline day for transfers, which saw Griezmann leave on loan to Spezia, Emerson joining Tottenham Hotspur, Luke de Jong joining Barca, and the bombshell, Antoine Griezmann back to Atletico Madrid. With the summer window now concluded, the club has their set of players ready for the next season and have announced the official jersey numbers for the season, as you can see in that picture there, guys, from Barcelona's official site. Of course, the biggest one, of course, being the number 10 jersey. That was vacant for the first time in a decade. Ansu Fati has taken up the responsibility of wearing that shirt. Griezmann's number 7 has been taken up by his best friend at the club, Ousmane Dembele. In turn, his number 11 has gone to new signing Youssouf Demi, who was promoted to the senior ranks this week. Highly criticized already, Luke de Jong gets the number 17, previously occupied by Antoine Griezmann in 2019-2020. Francisco Trincao also wore that 17 in 2020-21 and very briefly by Ansu Fati this season. Another player who was officially promoted to the first team, Oscar Mingueza, has been given his very well-deserved senior number in the form of number 22. Sergio Aguero will wear the number 19 when he returns, and new signings Memphis Depay and Eric Garcia have worn the number 9 and number 24 respectively already. With great power comes great responsibility, and a certain Ansu Fati has just taken up huge responsibility at the club by taking the prestige number 10 jersey, which once belonged to the legendary Lionel Messi. Messi departed Barcelona this season on a free transfer after a whirlwind of the summer transfer window and left his jersey number unoccupied. There were rumors making rounds about how Philippe Coutinho will be getting the number 10 after his number was handed to Griezmann. Fati is returning from a very long injury that saw him undergo 3 different operations and nearly a month on the sidelines. His return has been highly anticipated, with fans touting him, to be the difference maker for Barca for the next decade. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, departing striker Antoine Griezmann penned a farewell message as he prepares to move back to the Wanda Metropolitano. In his message to the fans, the Frenchman thanked the fans for their support and said that he gave it his all in the infamous Garnet and Blue for Barcelona. Griezmann said in his farewell via his official Twitter account, and the message read as follows: "Dear callers, I want to thank you all for your support. I give it all for this shirt. I stayed committed to this great club, and I leave sad because I will not be able to enjoy your support from the stands any longer. However, I am proud to have been one of yours." On deadline day, in the transfer window, Barcelona and Atletico Madrid accelerated talks with regard to the Frenchman. It was a race against time, and the matter, went right onto the wire. The final documentation was presented at the La Liga offices just minutes before the deadline. At the end of the dramatic episode, the move was officially announced by the clubs last night. Griezmann now moves to La Liga champions Atletico Madrid on a year-long loan with an obligation to buy the player for 40 million euros. Luke de Jong of Sevilla, on the other hand, will be a new Barcelona player after Ronald Koeman's request to sign a forward. In his 2 years at Barcelona, Griezmann never seemed to get into the highest gear, and he struggled to find a niche in the team. At the end of last season, it finally seemed like he had found his footing. The player was expected to step up after Lionel Messi's departure and lead the Blaugrana attack. However, Griezmann had poor performances in the opening games of La Liga, which also led to him being booed by the fans. That in part could be the reason the player was open to a final day move back to Los Blancos. So callers, with that we come to an end of this episode. Thanks so much for watching and hope you did enjoy the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, if you're a Barcelona lover, please don't hesitate to do so you don't miss out on any latest on Barcelona here on Viva Barca. Until next time, bye bye.